I call this activity the Checkmate Game. This is a way for me to assess my students quickly and somewhat easily to at least understand what they know how or what they understand about the game. So, one of my jobs as a lead instructor is to be able to do that quickly so I can properly divide up the class. So to begin this, I tell my students, I use a sports analogy, and I say, does anyone play sports? And then majority say yes, raise their hand. So I tell them, all right, what are you doing when you're not playing? What does the coach have you do? And most say the bench. We're sitting on the bench, which is exactly what we're doing right now. The bench, I tell them, is, to keep it neat, because if coach is looking at you and you're lying on the floor, and all messy, he's probably not going to let you come into play. And this is one way to help keep things neat also. Second, after they set up the bench, I always do stress to set up the white pieces on the right-hand side because their neighbor's color will be different. And then otherwise, they lose track of their pieces. King and queen don't really care. I just want them to generally set it up in the fashion with each square accompanying a piece, just like you would on a chessboard, but now on the bench. And that way we can also tell if all the pieces are in the set, and we can distinguish right away if anyone is missing pieces. So, to begin, I've already written down a preset lesson plan, and I do this only to create repetition, and as they become more comfortable, I have them change it up. So right now I have, please put your white king on c4. So the white king is placed on c4, and I tell them you may use 4 of your black pieces to put it in check. Don't care. Use your favorite. I even animate them. I sometimes say, these are your troops. These are your team. You're the coach. You're telling, they all want to come in and play. And they're all begging you, and I'll say someone's name. And, they're all begging Johnny to let them come and play. So you're the one calling the shots, and you get to choose how you want to do this checkmate. So to begin, I'll say, all right, take your favorite piece. So I'll take my favorite piece, and I'll put it down. And I say, okay, show me where the laser. I refer to someone's attack move as a laser, just because it's kind of what I envision. So for the knight, I'll say, please put down the pawns, showing me where that piece is blocking. So I will have them lay down the piece. So right now it's showing that the king can no longer run here and here. So next I say you have 3 more pieces. All right, bring them in. I'll use a bishop. So I put a bishop here. And then I say again, lay down the pieces. So you have a visual of what the king can no longer run away to. And this helps because teaching kindergartners and first graders, I've learned they need that visual. And even for me, you can only see so much. All right, so let's keep it tricky. Oh, and a number 1 rule I have is there's only 1 rook allowed. Because, obviously, to people who know what chess is, if you do this, that is a checkmate. Too easy. And that's why I eliminate one of the rooks, because that would be way too easy. So let's go back to that original checkmate, which is here. And I like that. And I tell them to be creative. Once they get quick at it, my goal is I tell them that you should be able to do this in under 5 minutes. This activity should be done quickly. If you can see a checkmate, you will be so much ahead because you'll know how to develop your pieces better. So, we'll bring in a rook. Then I say, all right, show me the rook. And then I say, wait a minute. Is anyone attacking the king? And a lot of people go, oh yeah, and I explain what stalemate is. But here, we're not going to make that happen, so I'm going to just bring in that final piece for checkmate, and voila. And so that's me as a student. This is how I would hope that they would try to do it. But when I come around to check it, I'm very specific about who and what is doing what. So first I say, who's giving the check? And they point to the queen. And I say, okay, show me that laser. So they show me this. And I go, okay, laser 1. That was laser 1. Show me laser 2. Laser 2. And if for those confused, I say, look, the queen's laser ends way down here, so the king can't run within those lasers. So then they show me this. Sometimes a person will say, oh, here, and then I say, can the king run that far? And no, they can't. Alright, so queen, laser 2, laser 3. So we have that is covered by the queen. And then I start with the other pieces that are more complicated that I think they might be struggling with. So I'll usually start out with the knight. I go, okay, where's he covering? And I go, And then I say, what about this guy? And they show me. And then there's this guy. And then voila, that's a checkmate. The end. Thank you.